The Detroit Public Schools Foundation is holding its third annual Champions of Education fundraiser this month. In addition to saluting this year's honorees, the evening features entertainment by students in the Detroit Public Schools Community District. Proceeds from the event will be used to provide much-needed resources for those students. Here to tell us more about the event and the Detroit Public Schools Foundation is President and CEO Pamela Moore. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you, Stephen. Glad to be here.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people know that there is a Detroit Public Schools Foundation.
That's very true.
So let's start with what is the foundation? What does it do?
So the foundation was created to really enhance and create educational opportunities for DPS Community District. So we do that by raising dollars and re-granting those dollars to DPS CD. And so it's very true that people don't know that there's a foundation, but DPS has many, many needs. Yeah. And so we hope to grow the foundation to raise unrestricted dollars. We are fiduciary for many restricted dollars that come in, but those unrestricted dollars allow us to really invest in what we see as the priorities.
Yeah, and that need to be able to raise that money to help augment the budgets that they have in the schools. I mean, you couldn't overstate that need, I don't think.
No, the need is huge. From everything from musical instruments to washers and dryers needed in schools to STEAM programs. I mean, the list is long.
Yeah. So your event every year picks some people to sort of celebrate.
Yes.
But then, of course, tries to raise money.
That's true. So this is our third annual Champions of Education, sponsored by Ford Motor Company Fund. Our reception sponsor is MGM Grand Detroit. It's going to be a wonderful event. It is October 13th, next Thursday. And it's a short evening starting at 5:30, but we do showcase all of the wonderful talent inside of DPS CD. So our students will be dancing and singing. The mariachi group will be playing. The All City Jazz Combo will be gracing us with their talents. And then we are going to pay tribute to our DPS CD honorees, Interim Superintendent Alicia Merriweather, as well as Willie McAllister, who is over the Fine Arts program, and then our corporate honorees, Ford Motor Company Fund, as well as ABC Student Transportation will be honored as well.
Yeah, and talk about the things that end up happening with the money that you guys raise.
So going back to those priorities, and we are in alignment with what DPSCD sees as the priority. So first and foremost for us is early childhood education and literacy. We know how important it is for children to get into school before kindergarten. It makes a huge difference at where they will be at the third grade in terms of reading and literacy. So that is our priority, to raise money to enhance what the federal dollars already provide. There are 189 early childhood classrooms currently at DPS CD. Then secondly is STEAM.
That's something I'm not sure everyone knows.
No.
There are that many efforts going on.
Over 3,000 pre-K students. And so we know how important that early childhood experience is inside of the classroom. Secondly is STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And then career pathways. And so my former life of workforce development, it was a priority that we had not really identified prior to my coming 6 months ago. And it's an important priority. We have to prepare our young people before they graduate high school for these careers that have not even been seen in Detroit over the last 5 years, for our young people that are not going to college perhaps, or need to go into some vocational training, credentials, apprenticeships. So we need to tell our young people and their parents about those opportunities. And then last, it's what we call beyond the classroom experiences, not only for our students, but teacher professional development, working with corporate and community partners, and parental engagement is also a huge piece. So those are kind of our 4 buckets, but you know, we raise money for Camp Burt Shirley. We have the Detroit College Promise, which was founded by our board member, Dr. Pernick. And so, again, the list is long, but it's just important for us to raise the money, to make people aware that there's a foundation, and to have a really good time on October 13th.
Right. That's important too. So, as you mentioned, you used to work in workforce development here in the city of Detroit. Now you're with the DPS Foundation. Those are sort of in the same bucket.
I think so.
And they, I think, give you a front row seat to some of the fundamental issues that we have in the city, the things we're just not doing well enough.
I would agree.
Yeah, at the early end, right? With
right.
Kids in the school district, and then at the later end with adults.
And we need to start as early as possible. Again, these high growth, high demand occupations and opportunities that are now here in Detroit, we have to tell our young people about them and tell their parents and start preparing them.
Got to be prepared.
Got to be prepared as early as possible, as early as elementary school, but certainly middle school and absolutely high school. And so, yeah, I do feel like I'm on the front end now, and we have to get this information out. I mean, I am a proud product of DPS, and DPS gave me everything I needed. And our young people really don't have all that they need right now. We know what the test scores are looking like, not only in the urban core, but across this state. And we've got to do much better. We have not done as good of a job as adults for our children as we really need to do. And so we need to get it right when we elect the school board. Yes. We need to get it right in terms of leadership and leaders that are putting our children first, which we have really not done.
Yeah. I ask everybody who's got anything to do with the new school district and the reset that we are sort of trying out this year, how optimistic they are that things are headed in the right direction. I know we've had Alicia Merriweather on the program a couple times. She's very impressive in terms of setting that direction. I'm wondering if you feel like we're getting there.
I'm optimistic because I have the opportunity to work closely with the leadership inside of DPSCD, and these are people that show up every day. They're highly credentialed, they're passionate, they're dedicated, they come to school every day, come to work every day with not enough resources and just get the job done quietly. And so I believe if we elect the right school board, if we elect the right leadership within the district, and give the power back to the citizens and the people of the city of Detroit, I have to be optimistic that we will start to see some improvements. But we really are out of chances. These are 46,000 young people coming through a district and graduating without having the real tools and resources and the preparation that they need to be competitive and go into careers that will sustain them and their families. And so we have to get that right.
Yeah. Do you think we will get to a day where we don't need a DPS Foundation to keep augmenting what we have in the city schools?
I don't know. You know, the tax base, the number of people that have left the city of Detroit, it's still a struggle. And so again, everything from textbooks to enhancements in the classroom, I think there'll always be a need for the foundation. I think we serve an important purpose, just to be fiduciary for people that want to grant money to the district, but the district is a big district. It's slow to move things through the district. So, you know, we are here to stand in for that purpose and to serve as fiduciary and oversee that investment.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much for being here, and good luck with your event.
Thank you.
Finally, here's a quick look at what's coming up this week. Today is the last day for this year's Young Eagles Detroit Fly-In at the Coleman A. Young International Airport. Detroit students can show up with a parent or guardian from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. for free airplane rides. I know my kids would love that. The educational program is a partnership between the Tuskegee Airmen, Friends of City Airport, and DPS Community District. And then Tuesday, October 11th, is the final day to register to vote in one of the country's most talked about presidential elections. You can get information about how to register or check your registration status at usa.gov. The election is November 8th, of course. And Detroit Public Television's second annual Detroit Performs live concert and gala is going to take place on Friday night at the Fillmore in downtown Detroit. The event celebrates Detroit music and features several local performers. Proceeds benefit Detroit Public Television.